As the episode opens, we see Omega and Wrecker playing Hollow Chess. However, Sid abruptly interrupts them and gives them a new mission. Omega tells her that Hunter and Echo aren't back from their current mission, but Sid ignores this and informs Omega, Wrecker, and Tech that they will be her security crew while she travels to the planet Safa Toma. Once they arrive, Sid warns the batch that the planet can be a little rough around the edges as they walk towards a cluster of cheering onlookers in a crowd. Sid enlightens the three of them on what the crowd is cheering for and tells them it's a sport called Riot Racing, a more dangerous version of pod racing. As they're watching, Sid points out her new client, a droid racer by the name of Teo, who, as she mentions, will make her a surplus amount of money by winning races. In fact, the race soon ends with the droid coming out on top and winning the race, demonstrating what Sid is referring to. Once Sid and the crew leave the arena to meet Teo, they are interrupted by a Daotin named Malegi, who kind of reminds me of Kingpin from Spider-Man. He refers to Sid as Sidarian Scaleback, which seems to be her full name, and in a partially hostile manner, he says it's been a while since he's seen her on Safa Toma. We see Wrecker get a little agitated, and in fact, I was hoping Wrecker would brawl with the giant Daotin, but we don't get to see that at all. Anyhow, Malegi confidently challenges Sid to see who has the better racer, and she agrees. As he walks away, he says it'll be like old times, which seems to suggest that the pair go back. Tech actually notices this and states that it seems personal, to which Sid responds by saying it's simply business. During the scheduled race, Teo gets caught in between two racers, one in front and one behind, who work together with the one behind, grabbing hold of Teo's vehicle with a vice of sorts, and the one in front slowly moving in reverse with a vibrosaw, cutting into Teo's engine and causing him to crash and lose the race. As a result of failure, Malegi approaches Sid in the batch after the race for his credits that they bargained for. Omega steps in and asks Malegi how much Sid owes him, to which he replies by telling her it's more than she has. Omega continues by making a deal with him, a deal that states if Malegi's racer wins, they have to pay him double, and if they win, they don't have to pay at all. He agrees, however, takes it as collateral in the process, allowing her to go free only if he loses. The scene cuts to a workshop where we witness Tech repairing Teo. Meanwhile, Wrecker suggests to Tech that they should just go and rescue Sid from Malegi and leave, though Tech disagrees and explains that their normal military-esque tactics will not work as Malegi is influential and will likely hunt them down even if they initially succeed at rescuing Sid. The camera pans to Malegi's residence and we see him bring a drink to the room Sid is being held in. He pours her a cup and keeps the bottle, drinking to old times. However, Sid declares that she is not interested in old times and that she's changed, resulting in Malegi telling her that hustlers like them never truly change. He proceeds by saying that the outcast she's accompanying herself with will soon get to know the real Sid, perhaps foreshadowing a possible betrayal in the future. Sid simply retorts by saying that she might surprise him, indicating her potential desire to stay loyal to her clients. The scene ends with Malegi finishing his drink and responding to Sid by doubting the fact that she could stay loyal, implying that she has some sort of history with betraying people for her own benefit. The episode cuts back to Teo and Clone Force 99, where they are standing by the track and preparing for the imminent race. However, to the detriment of Teo, the droid gets run over to pieces by a crashing racer flying by, bringing about conflict amongst the batch as they now have no racer to win the bet with. After studying the track layout as a way of analyzing the course itself and the racers participating in the event, Tech offers to be the replacement. As such, Tech enters Teo's racer and starts the race off in last place as part of his plan to allow a few of the pods to be destroyed early on before he can endure any casualties. As the race progresses, Tech utilizes the data he collected from his analysis to take the quicker, albeit more dangerous routes and gets rid of his weapon system as a way to gain a speed advantage over the other racers. Closing in towards the end, Tech finds himself in the same precarious scenario Teo was in during the race prior, going up against the two racers who destroyed his engine. One of the racers, Safa Toma's Riot champion, Jet Venom, who belongs to the same species as Clegg Holdfast, a Nosorian pod racer that appeared in a Phantom Menace, cuts in front of Tech while the other racer gets behind Tech in an attempt to perform the same strategy that brought about Teo's loss. However, Tech cleverly maneuvers out of the way, resulting in the vice from the trailing racer attaching to Venom's racer, causing the two to crash, while Tech finishes in first place, winning the entire event. The Bad Batch subsequently walk into Malegi's quarters to extract Sid, as she was promised to be released if they won. Malegi agrees to hand her over with no problem, but pulls them aside after Sid leaves, and warns them to be cautious with trusting Sid. They seem to at least consider the advice and depart from the planet from another successful expedition, ending the episode. Despite being a simple episode that doesn't really accomplish much, I did enjoy it and hope you guys enjoyed this week's breakdown. Have a great day. See ya.